All right, guys, we're gonna get right into it, man. So, a lot of people in the MAGA community are or activists are, they're planning for the day after Kamala Harris sweeps the election, right? And there's been talks floating around about like a January 6th type situation times 10. Okay, like a 1776 military coup. Capitol building is gonna get attacked. Mobs, and these people are backed by people that have ties to the military, right? Like a military tribunal, which Trump is too, because he's definitely going to implement military law to convict or prosecute some of these some of these people that were involved in finagling in the last election, and then the people that were going after him, trying to convict him of the crimes, and the Clinton Foundation, the Epstein, these type of people, right? The deep state, quote unquote. So there's been plans put in place for Trump losing the election to Harris that are almost 1776 like. And I predicted the stuff, man. Everybody's been talking about it, but now they're reporting on it. Let's look at this CNN clip here. They, fake news, but
supporters of the former president already pushing false claims of voter fraud and promoting lies about a rigged election. Of course, they did this 4 years ago, and they made a lot of money off it. None of it was true, and now it seems they are gearing up, doing it again. CNN's Tony O'Sullivan has more now on the multi-front plan some Trump supporters have to contest the election.
It's like, how much theft can they get away with in order to prevent Trump from winning?
Do you think he's going to win?
If we have a fair election, yes.
There's no way he can lose fairly.
Fairly, there's no way he can lose.
MAGA World is preparing its followers for a stolen election.
We're just going to announce Harris is the winner. We're going to go, we win again, and now try to stop us again. And what's different this time is we're going to be able to stop them.
Is there anybody here in North Carolina ready to take this nation back by any means necessary? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're laying out step-by-step plans to overturn a potential Harris victory. These are not random Trump supporters. These are influential figures.
And this all happening while Steve Bannon, right, who gets released out of jail a week before the election, right? Very interesting.
The MAGA movement.
It's all going to depend on what they end up doing. I have a plan and strategy for every single component of it. And then January 6th is going to be pretty fun.
Many of them, like Ivan Raiklin and Michael Flynn, have huge audiences online and are involved in election-denying groups that have spent millions of dollars furthering election conspiracy theories.
And we should know by Tuesday night, by about 9 or 10 o'clock at night, that one party won.
Election officials across the country have explained that we likely won't know the full results on election night. To conspiracy theorists, however, that is a sign of fraud.
In this case, I strongly believe that Donald Trump, if this thing is a fair election, he'll win all 50 states.
Now, if it's legit, we don't have to worry, right? But who thinks it's going to be legit? You think they're just going to give it to you? No, this is going to be a fight.
Raiklin has encouraged people to pressure their state representatives not to certify election results if they suspect fraud.
We try to play it fair. They steal it. Our state legislatures are our final stop to guarantee a checkmate.
Be prepared on January 1st to apply the maximum motivation to your state reps, state senators.
In North Carolina, he and another right-wing activist are going as far to say there should be no election because of the destruction after Hurricane Helene. They say the Republican-controlled state legislature should decide which presidential candidates gets their electoral college votes.
We don't have to do this popular vote in the state stuff for this federal election. We don't have to do it.
You got 120 House reps. How many of those are Republican? The majority. How about a significant majority? So then how is the House body going to likely vote with your motivation for the Republican nominee? What about the Senate? majority.
The idea is fringe and it is extreme, but a Republican congressman endorsed the idea at an event with Raiklin.
To say, hey, look, you got disenfranchised in 25 counties. You know what that vote probably would have been, which would be, if I were in the legislature, enough to go, yeah, we got to convene the legislature.
Before eventually walking it back. The idea that the only way Harris can win is if the election is stolen is being pushed across hundreds of MAGA media outlets and from the former president himself.
Because they cheat. That's the only way we're going to lose, because they cheat.
And it's convincing his base.
What if the results show that Harris won? Do you think Trump will accept that?
I don't think anybody will accept that because we know it's going to be a lie. But if that's what it is, it's what it is. We'll go from there. We'll have to see what happens. Yeah. So I just don't think that Trump's going to lose.
You think he won last time?
Oh, definitely.
What happens if he loses?
If he loses, we're all going down January 6th.
Donny Sullivan joins me now. I mean, a lot of the people who are pushing this, I mean, Mike Flynn, these guys are making money off this, right?
Oh, they sure are, Anderson. Yeah, I mean, we even spoke last night about how Rudy Giuliani and the Pillow Guy are selling.
Yeah, man, there's this huge narrative that Trump is the only way he can lose is if they steal the election, when the reality of it is, man, there's a huge portion of the United States that does not agree with Trump or is indifferent, right, to the point where they're not going to go out and vote. There might be people that will vote for the independent groups like RFK Jr. or Jill Stein. And the reality is, like, the Trump supporters make the most noise, but they're really not, to be honest with you, there's a lot of people against them. You know, they try to make it the trendy thing to vote for Trump. You know, you have a lot of young people that are supporting Trump for really, they don't even know why, right? And then you have the woman question, where how are women going to affect the election, right? Because Roe versus Wade is the biggest issue for liberal women. Like, this is, if the freaking everybody gets nuked, that's still the number one issue for them, right? That's just how they think. There's no changing that mentality. It's like, what do? You know what I mean? What could you what could you possibly tell these people? They just don't. That's the biggest issue there, man. That Roe versus Wade shit. You could tell them, like, hey, you know, we might all get nuked tomorrow, and they're not changing their damn mind, bro. They're not changing. Like, that is still the most important issue on planet Earth. For liberal women or semi-leaning liberal women, moderates. So, yeah, man. So they're gearing up for a huge mob, like a self-coup, military coup. I don't know what it is, guys, but it's set in place, and you have a situation where you have a lot of immigrants too that have been crossing over the border, and these people are armed, and there might be confrontations there. Who knows, right? We know shit's heating up in Chicago, between the Venezuelans and the Chicago gangs. So I don't know, man. We gotta just see what happens, man. We really gotta just see what happens, because this could get real ugly.